However, it was mutilated. Whole inside is gone, cleaned out.
Gabe Valdez was giving us a whole new approach to the cow mutilations he investigated. His investigation told him these were not extraterrestrials at all, but he actually saw military helicopters over these mutilation sites.
During your years of investigating cow mutilations, what is the most anomalous evidence you came across?
Well, they mutilated this animal about 40 miles east of here, and we could tell where the aircraft came to. They didn't do the whole process. And they left a fetus inside the animal.
A fetus?
A fetus? A cow fetus?
No, it looked like a human, a monkey, and a frog. It didn't have any bones in the head. It was all full of water.
What was the size of this fetus?
Probably about 42 inches long, but something went wrong with whatever they were doing.
What you're implying is that that cow is being used as an incubation chamber for a cloned creature.
Exactly.
My God.
What are we looking at here? Is this a head?
That's the front part is the head.
This is bizarre.
And was this open when you found it?
Yeah, it was open.
These are amazing photographs, and it's incredible that this kind of evidence was even left behind. But I'm still not convinced that this is the result of some sort of exotic testing going on at an underground base here in Dulce.
And are these the eyes?
Yes. You really have to retrieve them back in order to see them.
So there are eyes underneath that fur skin going on.
Look at the ear.
That's an ear?
Yeah, that's the ear. It's an ear of the human.
What happened to the fetus?
We took and had it analyzed. It was very confusing to the veterinary.
Did the vet identify anything as human in that fetus?
Yeah, I think he could tell the eyes were.
Honestly, this just looks like some crazy genetic experiment gone completely wrong.
Yes.
Right, it's madness. This is madness.
I mean, I wouldn't say that. There are cows born with 8 legs and 2 faces. I mean, this could just be some sort of birth defect.
But they're cows, pal. They have hooves, they have pods.
I would say acute deformity.
Where do you have a human-shaped head on a cow?
Well, the fetus photos were horrifying. This was definitely some kind of a monstrosity. I can't say for a fact whether this is the result of some kind of genetic hybrid experiment or merely a genetic mutation, maybe even just a birth defect.
What Gabe is telling us says that there's a lot going on here that would require some sort of facility to operate out of. If that's the case, Dulce, New Mexico is still a prime candidate for this underground base, and I still want to find it.
There was a whole busload of kids that morning, and we all saw it. Remember, little kids were screaming. The little girls were rushing to the head of the bus, and they were holding onto the cloak of the priest. I couldn't believe my eyes. I was looking at a flying disc. My name is Darren Vigil Gray, and I've seen a UFO come from the area of Archuleta Mesa.
We're here at the base of Archuleta Mesa to meet with archaeologist Garth Baldwin to discuss the geological makeup of the mesa and see if it's even possible that an underground base could be built here.
Garth, we're here at the base of the Archuleta Mesa, inside of which there's reputed to be a top-secret base for genetic engineering. I guess the question for all of us is, what kind of engineering would it take to have created such a base inside the earth? Can you tell us about the rock formations and what kind of rock we're dealing with?
Up on the mountain where you do find soil, it's between 1 foot and less, and then it's just bedrock. The upper strata up there that you can see exposed is a columnar basalt. That's much too fragmentary for any kind of drilling or anything else. It makes great fence posts, but it doesn't necessarily support being ground out inside. But below that, there's layers of basalt that are more structurally sound. There's also sandstones below that. Sounds like top layer, very, very difficult to drill through. They'd have to start at the bottom of the mesa, or near the bottom of the mesa, where there's a stable strata of rock that they could get into. Let's just say you were hired by the government to design an underground base. Would there be any reason for you to pick Archuleta Mesa? It's a mesa. So you've got a starting point where you know where the stratigraphic layers of rock are, so you've got a structure to begin with.
According to the specifications that we've been given for this base,
How much of a diameter does this have right here?
The base can extend up to 4.87 miles.
4.8 miles, is that correct?
4.8 miles diameter.
That's the diameter of the base.
That's about the size of the mesa. That would fit within the structure that you're talking about.
Garth is telling us that Archuleta Mesa actually has the size to house something of this magnitude. And while I don't necessarily believe yet that there is a base inside the mesa, it's good to know that the possibility of it being there is real. It's conceivable that they're coming in through tunnels and actually drilling out the space for this underground base from the bottom up.
If that technology were true, then that would be possible. The human species has such a knowledge of mining and structural engineering that I'm not surprised by anything that our engineers can do.
I'm really happy to hear Garth's feedback about what the makeup of the mesa. And it does seem like he thinks it is possible to have an underground base there, even given the massive size of this thing.
Garth said, you know what kind of technology we have that can do this kind of drilling in an expeditious way? But John Rhodes showed us that technology exists today. Therefore, it's quite possible we are standing in the shadow of the Dulce base.
I really want to find a vent. That's really what I want to find. I'm going to have to get a better look at that.
It's a 14-mile underground tunnel that goes under that mountain there.
Yes.